right. Good evening, everybody. This is John and Constance Stoughton here.
And there goes Xandra.
And there goes Xandra. We're going to be talking to Tom and Lindsay Testa tonight about his win on Oneida Lake for the Bassmaster Open 2021, which is only a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks or a month ago. So if you have any questions for him about how it was to win, about techniques or anything, go right ahead and ask. Is there anything you want to say to start with?
I put on a bra for this. It's my day off, people.
All right. So
that's all I got.
all right. So we're gonna welcome Tom and Lindsay in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There they are.
All right, guys.
The beautiful people.
Hi. I don't know if
you lead off by noticing you weren't wearing a bra tonight, or you were wearing a bra tonight.
Yeah, just for you. You're
welcome. I wore one too, just for Jen.
I'm not wearing.
You're not? You little hussy.
Yeah, I didn't want to wear one. Well, actually, I do have my sports bra on.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah. First off, I want to congratulate you on being so calm at the weigh-in. By the way,
that might be far-fetched.
Well, I was talking to Lindsay, not you.
Oh.
But no, anyways, Tom, congratulations. I appreciate you coming on, willing to come on. I know we had a couple times where we tried to get up and get this going, but it didn't happen. But you're here now. Lindsay's here. Constance is here. I'm here. So, yeah. So let's get this going. So how was it to win?
Surreal. It's still hard to put to words. It's almost like still not real. The trophy, I haven't built any spot for it in the house yet. So it's been down on my fishing bench on the garage.
All right.
I go down and pet it every other day.
Yeah. I'm kind of envious of you. The only big trophy I've gotten, I think, is 5th place at the FLW Toyota Series back then on Erie, and I was lucky enough to fish with Casey Smith. But
nice.
Yeah, that helped.
Yeah, he's super talented.
No, it was 5th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's 3rd for something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember.
But yeah,
I just had club level stuff. Club level wins and stuff. I'd never won anything big.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
I had 3 shots at the Open prior to that, and I took a check every time, but it was hard. You got to have 2 good boaters, and every single fish has to stay buttoned up. Every single bite has to come in. It all has to go right all the way through it. Otherwise, you're the second place guy wishing.
Yeah.
Or worse.
Or worse.
Yeah,
definitely or worse.
Yeah, I've been at the or worse part more than the better part. But anyways, I had a list of questions, and they're up at the Thousand Islands, believe it or not.
Good place for them.
Yeah, it is. Because see, at first I was going to do this remotely. Yeah. I'd be up there, she'd be here, and you'd be wherever you are.
Yeah.
And decided to come home today and do it, and instead of tomorrow morning. But all right. So how would you mind walking us through the tournament?
Sure. Day 1 drew Whitney Stevens. Amazing human. He's got some crazy Bassmaster credentials, won down at Kissimmee and Lake Erie, qualified for the elites, etc. Drew him. We ran offshore on the first day, and he had 5 small fish for 9 or 10 pounds early, and we ran over to a spot off of Pancake.
Okay.
And some deep rock, and I was able to break out the Carolina for that, and that's kind of my go-to on Oneida. Ball and chain, super comfortable with it. And I drug a crawbait as slow as I could possibly reel it. I had 7 bites day 1 and landed 5, and they were all 3+ pounders. But day 2, I drew Tom Hughes. I think you know Tom, real good local hammer up there. Yep. He was actually in 3rd after day 1. And again, he put us on some moderate midline, 10-foot deep rock. And third cast of the day, I landed a 454.
Nice.
Yeah, I lost my brain. And then landed a 3 and change a little while later. And he ran us around to this other hump. And he real cool about telling me where we were fishing or how we were fishing. And I threw up on it and got bit and set the hook, and it jumped. And I went into panic mode and I boat flipped it. It was like a 3-3. And I kind of had an Ike and Ellie moment where I screamed that was a $20,000 fish. And he, I was a spaz, dude. And then I was a mess. Like I sat down, I was like a sobbing fool. You know what I mean? Everyone else saw that with Tom Hughes, although I'm giving it away now.
Where was the camera boat that day?
I might have lost a man card in there somewhere. But,
that's assuming you had one, right?
Huh?
That's saying you had one to start with?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
He pretends to.
Yeah. But like Tom gave me a big hug and was all juiced up for me. And,
excellent.
Props to him. He's a great boater. So like having 2 good draws that were both happening to fish smallmouth in areas that my primary technique would work, that was just a blessing. And I brought you sunny day, cloudy day baits. Green pumpkin, that's green pumpkin candy.
Yep.
Zombie green. Both of those a 5150 plastics craw. When
Okay.
it's sunny, I would throw the green pumpkin candy.
Right.
I don't think you can see it real well, but it's got a lot. Yeah, you can see it in there. You see all that flake to it?
Yep.
So when it's sunny, that sucker's fire, and it's highly floating plastic, garlic scented, and I use a 3/0 EWG hook. So it floats up real good in a defensive posture. And then the other one, dark days, early in the morning, or when it was cloudy.
Right.
I didn't throw anything else but the Carolina. I caught another fish on another bait. Didn't even make another cast. I just kept it glued in my hand.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always nice when you have that much comfort with one bait.
Yep.
Or I shouldn't say bait, one technique.
Well, practice all week. I was up there all week. It was 3-4 days of practice on my own boat, and I couldn't get bit until I went to that 1/2 ounce tungsten to 28-inch leader, and that seemed to be all my comfort and confidence went into that.
Right. Yeah.
If someone would have took me largey fishing, I'd have tried to adapt, but I wouldn't have had the same results.
Exactly. Yeah. It's tough when you draw somebody. And they want to go largely fishing on Oneida this time of year.
Yep.
Yours experiences almost anybody on that lake, and you may catch a largemouth with a smallmouth pack, or vice versa. And that's one of the ways Jim Bianchi won it. 5-10 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I was practicing with him, and we showed each other some stuff, but. Yeah.
Jim's amazing.
He is. Great guy as well.
Yep. Real good guy. Oneida's been miserable this year for largemouth.
Well, it's been miserable for me.
Yeah. This week it started to pick up, though.
Okay, good.
The ABA was there this weekend. It took 19 and change to win, and then 18, 17, 16, 15. So the bags were creeping up. Not as many zeros. People caught 10, 15, 20 fish. So people they're starting to bite, thankfully.
Good. So you have any questions, Stalker?
I'm good at stalking.
Yeah, she was stalking Tom last week, Lindsay. Don't hold it against me.
She's not the only one, I'm sure.
Oh no.
Yeah,
that's not true.
No, I was stalking Jeremy.
Oh no, you were stalking Tom because from where he lives. Jeremy doesn't live in New York.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I just can't remember what I said. See, I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway,
I have so many people I'm stalking, I just can't keep them all straight.
Typical.
Yeah.
All right. So my famous question: what's your favorite cookies? Homemade cookies, I should say.
Yeah, just chocolate chip, right?
Yeah, you like chocolate chip with walnut.
I'm a chocolate chip with walnut kind of guy.
Oh, with walnuts. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little nutty, so
Well, you have to keep it up.
Is it nutty or squirrely?
both.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Both. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. I'm that
There
crazy.
you go.
Yeah, there you go.
And what about you, Lindsay?
I'm a peanut butter cookie fan.
Yeah. Okay.
And then she'll tell you keto.
Well, yeah, like low carb now, but yeah. Or just a spoonful of peanut butter is my
Right. Yeah.
I don't even need a cookie.
I can't get satisfied off of a spoonful of peanut butter.
Oh, I can't.
I don't know, man. I don't really want anything like that, dude. I'm like a sugar cookie, no frosting.
Oh, classic sugar cookie, huh?
Yeah,
I think I
molasses.
suggest that.
Oh,
Look at it.
molasses. Now, my dad makes a banging molasses.
Yeah?
and oatmeal raisin cookie. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This would be my second molasses for sure.
Yeah, nice.
Well, I have a gluten-free peanut butter recipe that I used to just do all the time. And it's 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 egg. And that's your peanut butter cookies.
That's
So-
like my keto one. Well,
Yeah.
low carb.
Yeah.
It's peanut butter, an egg. I use Sucrin Gold, which
Oh,
is
okay.
sugar alternative,
Yeah, yeah.
and vanilla. I think that's it.
Oh, yeah.
They're super.
And I add chocolate chips. Yeah, whatever. They're good.
Yeah.
Chocolate,
When
chocolate's
you
good
get
for
used to having not a lot of sugar.
Hey,
they're
honey,
good.
look,
Oh, yeah.
I put some chocolate chips in this bag of dirt and baked it. Try it. It's delicious. I'm like,
Listen, Lily's chocolate chips, those are good too. Don't knock them. They're so
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Joe Kukla says, ask Tom if he ever throws pink for perch.
that is totally classified, and I don't appreciate that question on live. Can we edit that?
No,
Yeah, right. Pink doesn't work for perch.
You
I
can-
know.
No, I'm. Yeah, I can't even divulge what I throw for perch. That's an odd.
Don't even, man.
I thought this was about bass fishing.
It is, and that's this question. Actually, that's how we hook you. We hook you by saying bass fishing.
He
Right.
he never puts away bass gear. I just read that question.
That's true.
Yeah.
You should see our garage. Our garage is Bass Pro Shop, and it's all bass gear.
Yeah.
Honestly, I bass fish till late November, and then I'm deer hunting through there a bit, and then as soon as that's over, it's trout and perch the rest of the winter. We
Okay.
perch fish till March, April.
Nice.
All right, on the ice or
Bass
No,
gear
God,
with
no. I'm not an ice squirrel. Like I got to be on open water, and like Owasco, Cayuga, Skinny Atlas, none of them freeze, so
right.
we'll run there all winter long and catch them. But pink is my favorite for perch, so Joe's got me there. I won't hide.
All right. So Joe also does say, "Man, I feel like I'm listening to Jay Lee. Tom's a man."
Yeah, I'm so far from Jay Lee that I'm
That
like
is
the
flattering.
polar. It's super flattering, but it's not accurate.
But he didn't say which Jay Lee. There's a Jay
That's
Leno,
true.
Jay Lee Leno,
Yeah.
Jerry Lee Lewis. You know,
Probably somebody with a Chinese video he's referencing.
right, right.
Okay, yeah.
Bruce's
Sean
son.
Lee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or-
right.
Jordan.
Jordan. Oh, now he's trying to be specific.
See, God, if I was that good, I would not be Well, I would still sit with you, but I mean, I would,
I,
I was gonna say.
that almost sounded really bad.
no, that's good. I don't blame you, man.
We want to have time for us little people.
Right.
That's not true. I'll never make it big, but if
We
I
are
did,
little people. What
yeah,
are you
I'm
talking about?
so grounded, dude. Like, I'm nothing. I'm an average Joe that just likes to go work hard and fish and have fun, man.
See, and like me, all my plaques and stuff are in the garage,
Yeah,
except for the one I got a couple weeks ago at the Federation event. That's still in the
It's
cell-
still in the sleeve.
still in the sleeve, just sitting there. I haven't taken care of it.
That may or may not sleep in our bed.
At least he lets you in bed with him.
I feel like
I
Lindsay
know.
can-
well, for the
Well,
first 3
I did wake
days,
up with a backache this morning.
Yeah.
I think it was in my side all
Yeah.
night.
that wasn't the trophy, honey.
Oh.
Oh, he slept with his head at your feet.
Yeah, Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this is pretty much how our shows go. We start, but I do want to hit on one thing. You said when you got that big fish, you literally almost threw up.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Well,
About throwing up or getting sick?
Well, honestly, I get motion sick all the time. I get car sick all the time. And even on my own boat, all my buddies that fish around me know if it's wavy, I used to throw up all the time. Excitement, nerves, and motion sickness decimate me. So, and we tried Dramamine and all that other stuff, and nothing worked. And then this year, my wife patched me up. She deals a lot in CBD patches, and I'll actually let her explain that to you. But the concoction that she put on me kept me feeling great all day, both days. I didn't get nauseous from that. I got nauseous from excitement for a minute when I got the one. But usually I'm motion sick. And, like we had 3-4 foot waves both days in the open.
Yeah.
Usually I'd have been chumming off the side for 8 hours a day.
Which would have been nice because I'd have been one spot higher.
Right, exactly.
Use that natural chum.
But what patches are they, Ben?
Well, I'll talk about that in a minute because I wanted to hit on. He fished a previous Open on Oneida, and that first day he got really sick.
Yeah,
it was the first day, right?
Yeah.
And he still placed and he still fished, even though he was sick that whole day. But I've always known in him, because of his passion he has for bass fishing, that he could win one of these. And then you asked me earlier before we went live if I was surprised that he won, and I really wasn't, because I know how hard he's worked for it, and I know how good he is, and he's just so in tune. Anything he does, even with bass fishing or hunting, he just gets in tune with just nature and knowing the patterns and like the moon phases and the weather and the wind. And he just, I don't know, it's weird, but he just has such a passion for it. And I have always told him, like, if you're passionate about it, you need to do it. And that's what drives you to be good at something, is when you are so passionate about it. So that's what killed him in that first Open that he ever fished as a co-angler.
Yeah.
I mean, he still got a check and he still placed, but he could have finished better.
Okay.
Been sick.
Day 2, I had 11.4.
Day 2, you had an 11-pound bag. Yeah.
Tournament.
So going into this one, when we looked at the weather, I'm like, oh no, like, don't let him get sick. Don't let him get sick. And I told him, I'm like, if you feel, he felt good about his pre-fish.
Okay.
You feel good, like, manifest it. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I've never been a big believer about manifesting, but I got a new mentor this year, and it's all about manifesting and, like, put that positive out there and it will come back to you. And I just had a feeling that it was his turn to win it. And he didn't get sick. When he called me after the first day and he's like, you should have seen the weather, the waves, and I didn't get sick at all. That blew my mind.
That'd be the first time ever.
Ever.
Wow. Okay.
So the only thing he did different was he threw some patches, nutrition patches, on his arm. He wore a CBD patch, which CBD, that can help with nausea. It can help with a boatload of things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
literally.
Yeah, right. I'm good at that. So he wore CBD, an immune patch, which has turmeric and ginger, which are also great for, like, nausea and anti-inflammatory. And he wore vitamins and an energy patch, which the energy patch he has loved for those long fishing days.
Oh, it keeps him going, John.
It keeps him going, and he can, like, make it drive home as well, because, you know, you go out at sunup and you fish till almost sundown, and then he has to drive an hour and a half from the lake to home. So the energy patches, they're just full of B vitamins, and he has loved those for the tournament days. And
they help a ton,
days.
John. They would help you, like, especially someone with your age.
It is
right.
There.
That's why I started
trying to flash you. Did you see that?
I can't blame her, man.
That's why I wore a bra.
I think it's Constance she's flashing, not me. I'm just here for the show.
I'll take it.
I started chuckling when she said energy, and, you know, because, you know, you and I are a little not as beautiful as our wives.
Right.
So they may want us to have that energy somewhere else.
We need it. Hey, it helps there too.
It could help there too.
So send me the link.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna cover himself with those patches now.
Yeah.
I'll be walking in the bedroom looking like a Mr. Patch or something.
Yeah, I look like a quilt. I've got somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
We find them stuck everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So we do have a question for Lindsay
Oh, I got a
from
question.
J.R. Levis. He wants to know what you spent.
Yes, I did get the check because he just wanted that. Actually, so the check honestly was a blessing for us because our septic needs to be redone. So a good chunk of that is going to a new septic system for our house. We did put a little away towards his new boat. We put a little away because our oldest is getting married in February. So contributing to their wedding. And what else?
Put away
We've-
money
we've
for
saved
the Opens
some.
as a boater next year.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
One thing I've been after him, I'm like, you should be fishing as a boater. Like,
There's a big difference though between being
well,
a
now you
co-angler
have the money to
and being
do
a boater.
It, so.
And I mean, those guys are
Well.
so good. Even the co-anglers are so good. It just anybody could win it. It just if it's meant to be your day, it's going to be your day, and it's
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so.
And you might as well go for it while these patches are still legal.
Yeah. And honestly, just fishing an open as a boater is just a bucket list thing to do. You know, it's
Okay.
not, I don't have a preconceived notion like I'm going to go out there and be dominant and I'm going to win. Honestly, I'll probably go crash and burn, but you know what? I'm going to go give it hell. I'm going to practice my ass off and work for it, and we'll see where it gets me. It may not get me anywhere, but it's like the last thing on my fishing bucket list to do.
Cool.
So
Yeah, but you know it's like that with every tournament you fish. Whether you have a crappy practice, that can be the best tournament, or you have the best practice, it can be the worst tournament.
oh yeah.
But you got to go out there and try.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
It all
Okay,
changes.
You can't win sitting home on the couch.
That's right.
We do have a fishing question.
Okay.
What determines what bait worked best? Crankbait, soft plastic, or is it just preferences?
Time of year has a lot to do with it. Fish mood has a lot to do with it. Like Oneida has been in this crazy funk, and moving baits, reaction baits, it was just stale. They weren't hitting the crankbait. They weren't hitting the jerk bait. So bottom contact baits, slow moving soft plastics. A lot of the guys drop shotting or whatever. The tougher it gets, I feel like a lot of us trend towards soft plastics, slow bottom presentations. Crankbaits for me is more spring, midsummer, deep off weed lines, and then in the fall with square bills when they come back up shallow. But I think conditions dictate my preference.
Right.
Would be the best way to put that.
Yeah. Especially on Oneida, because you go down south sometimes and that's all you do. But Oneida with all the rock and the grass, and it's a mixture. It's not like you got rocks here, grass there. You got grass in the rocks, and
I wish we could go to a deep cranking lake. I'd be in hog heaven if I could glue a crankbait in my hand all day. Oh, I'd be so happy.
well, I'll tell you what. Next tournament on Oneida, if you go as a co-angler, do it. If I'm fishing, do it.
Got you.
All right. So that might help me out a little bit. So I was lucky enough to be. I didn't get to stay for the whole way in up at Oneida, but I was there enough to. I had confidence that you were going to win it, even though that there were some good guys that were still weighing in.
Well, the two top bags from day one were in the last flight.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. Sometimes it doesn't matter how good a fisherman you are. It's when it comes to that, but who you draw.
Yeah.
Being a co-angler.
You could be the best fisherman on the planet and get 2 bad draws and you finish last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could be an average guy and get 2 good draws and win it. That's what just happened to me. I'm an average Joe that got 2 good draws and it all came together.
And you capitalized on it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not just an average Joe. You're You're a little bit more than average Joe.
I'm way
Yeah,
too
I
humble
agree.
to ever take that compliment.
The
any-
average
I tell him that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm
I just
like,
go
Yeah,
fishing. I love it and I'm passionate about it.
yeah, and I don't think Lindsay, if she thought you were an average Joe, she'd be pushing you so hard.
Yeah.
or be with you.
She's cracking the whip, wanting me to fish more and bigger, and
Yeah.
keep going. So
Yeah, I get that a little bit too, because I quit fishing for I don't know 5-6 years.
Yeah.
oh really?
Yep,
mm,
and then I came back, and only because the person to my right and your left, no, not Lindsay, by the way.
Lindsay asked
what are
me
you talking about?
Yeah, she's like, hey John, can you get back fishing?
Yeah.
Constantly like, you need to do something. We're
Yeah.
spending.
We just want our house back. Like,
Yeah, they want us out of the
fishing. I just
house.
want my
Yeah. Yeah. He came back today. I'm like, oh great. Thought I was gonna have the whole week to myself. Nope.
Wow. I know I had to leave so unannounced.
Yeah. And I keep joking around with her,
Gotta push him out the door.
Yeah. About her boyfriend coming over, but I'm glad he's not, because you're here. That made for an awkward show.
Yeah.
You get here and I'm like, wait, huh?
I have everybody on a schedule.
Okay. All right.
Keeps it in
Rotation.
line. Yeah.
That's right.
All right. And Angela Breeze,
That's my mama.
Tom and Lindsay, you look too young to have a son getting married.
Wow. We have 5 kids. We have 4 boys and a girl.
Yep.
Our oldest
So she put up with you for 6 times?
5.
Well, we had to have one practice shot.
Right. Yeah. True. Yeah. So 6. No,
No, it used to be our joke. We'd high five and I'd be pregnant.
yeah. She's fertile. Yeah. We'd brush against each other in the hallway and be like, oh no, here we go again.
Well, but thank you. Our oldest, yep, he's actually going to be 22 in December. He's my bonus boy, but I've been in his life since he was 2, so that's why I still am young. I told him you got to wait till I'm at least 40 to make me a grandma. So we're extremely proud of him, and he serves in the United States Army.
Okay.
God bless. Yeah.
He's over in Germany currently, so
He's been in Germany almost 3 years.
Whereabouts?
Nice.
Kaiserslautern.
Yeah, Kaiserslautern. Yep.
There you go. God bless you.
I was in Heidelberg.
Good zoom tight.
I was in Heidelberg for almost 4 years,
Got you.
and that's only about a half an hour down the road.
Would you serve in? Did you serve in the
Army. Yep,
Thank
Army.
you very much, Sean. I didn't know you served. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Army and alcohol is where I was.
that's where he is right now.
There you go. Army and alcohol.
Yep.
But that's all right. We all get through it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I with everything going on, you didn't get the chance to donate your 75%, take 25% of that and go to the Open, I see.
Right.
Which is one of the things I told,
You did.
we were
But
talking
they
about.
closed down their boater to co-angler ratio was weird up there.
Yeah.
And then they closed down registration. So I just didn't have any plans on fishing any of the other ones.
Right.
But I wish I would have or could have, like you had said at the Open.
Yeah, that's fine. So you're thinking about doing all 3 of them next year?
Yeah,
Is a voter okay?
as a boater.
All right.
Just to say I did it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't hurt your feelings making the classic, would it?
Could you imagine? If you got somehow the stars all aligned and you were able to win one of those as a weekend warrior.
If it's meant to be, it'll be.
True,
Yeah.
valid point. Could you imagine going to the Super Bowl as a freaking, Joe Schmo?
Right.
Well,
It's where everyone's
It's the
like-
only realistic chance we'd ever have.
yeah.
Unless you go
Right.
through the Fed.
Yeah, that's not easy.
No, that's the hard way to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I commend everybody who does it, man. And, you don't just have win one tournament. You got to be like, bam. You got to be there.
Yeah, you got to be a stud in all of them and be consistent.
And don't take it wrong. I mean, winning an Open is not easy. I don't care if you're a pro or a co-angler. and
Come here. What?
I have a lot of respect for you just doing that.
I appreciate that.
I have a lot more since I met your wife, but yeah.
I get that a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
You diminish it a little bit in your own head, and I mean, and I would know that I've got a couple of pro buddies that'll poke me and be like, yeah, now that you want it in the back, be a man and step to the front, and I'm like, ouch, I'm on it. I'm going to try. But
there you go. Yeah.
You just had it a little bit in your head because you were in the back of the boat and like you weren't running the show type thing. But
yeah,
it's still a blessing, dude. I'm still super stoked.
You should be, man. Yeah, I know we talk about times like when you're fishing, if the day's not going great, sometimes you'll think, well, this is what I think we should do or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's for me as a co-angler, that's the hardest thing, especially if I'm familiar with the water.
Yeah.
How do you handle that and put that and just tune it out?
As far as
like second guessing your boater.
You really don't have any say.
Right.
So you just kind of got to roll with it and try to adapt to whatever he's doing. I was thankful. Whitney day one asked me if I had anything close to there where we were. And I happened to have some juice close to there, and we ran over there and I picked up a couple of my key fish off of that. So every boater I've had in the 3 opens I fished has been like, do you have anything that, you'd want to hit that's close to here or that we should look at? They don't always hit it, but I think most of them will ask,
Yeah.
And, as a co-angler, just sit back there and shut up and fish. Like, they're running the boat. You've got it easy. They're fighting waves. They're trying to stay on the spots. They're freaking, they've done all that practice. You just got to sit back there and do your own deal. Throw something that you can get bit behind them.
There you go. And that sometimes that's the hardest thing to do is, especially like with you with Oneida or, the lake like the back of your hand.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, dude, we shouldn't be here. We should.
That gets in your head quick.
Yes, it does.
The first one I fished, I drew John Murray, which I'm like, oh my God, John Murray, this is amazing. Yeah. We're going to crush him. We ran over into Big Bay and flipped a 4-inch Cinco for 8 hours. Okay. I was in hell. I'm like, oh my God, do me in right now. I knew then I was shot. I had 7 pounds and change that day,
Yeah.
Great guy, but I just wanted to, and all day I just kept quiet and tried to catch him where he was,
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. And nothing you're going to say is going to change their mind. It's just going to piss them off that you're trying to run their game. So,
yeah. And I've learned,
unless they're sucking, then I say speak up. I told him that. I'm like, if they're sucking and they're in a bad spot, like speak up and say, hey, we can try over here. You never know.
It's a fine line.
Yeah, because you don't want to piss them off too much.
Right.
I just had a co-angler at the ABA this week that started.
Worst they'll do is say, no, I'm good here.
That started to get me a little bit.
Yeah.
Not going to lie. and it's that stuff like, don't you think we should move? Or don't you think we should do this? Or, and it's somebody from 4 hours away that doesn't fish the lake. And I fished it 30 times this year, or like 300 times in the last 10 years,
Yeah.
And I think you're like, shh, just let me fish. You know what I mean?
Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay in your lane, exactly. Show the same respect to your boater,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it makes, if you go out there acting all brash and stuff, you're in for a hell of a day.
Yeah.
In a bad way.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I've had boaters tell me on Oneida, look, I haven't had a bite in 3 days. Do you know anything? I'm like, well, yes and no, because I haven't been out there in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's go do this. Well, the first time I did that, told the guy where to go. He ended up getting 15 pounds in 10 minutes. I'm like, dude, you could at least save me something.
Sucked them all off of you.
Yeah, I'm like, damn. But no, it made for a good day though.
Yep.
I mean, I sucked at it, but
I had some really good buddies fish that tournament that zeroed both days that are really talented fishermen.
Yeah.
That was the devil that, I mean, it was,
yeah.
What do we have? 200 boats or co-anglers?
Yep.
Zero?
200.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That place was a miserable gar hole to fish. Still, but
even during practice, it wasn't the best.
no, it sucked.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought for a co-angler, if you had 15 pounds, you'd have won the tournament.
Really?
Yeah.
I told Lindsay if I could get to 20, I think I could be there. I thought 20 was my point.
Yeah.
What
did you end up having?
2103, 21 something.
I don't know.
Okay.
It was, and second was like 18 something. It was a 3-pound
I
jump.
saved the paper. I don't know where it is.
I saved it. Yeah.
It was wet. I got it, and it was
Yeah.
wet. And I'm like, we need to save this just in case you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in a safe place where nobody can find it.
Right.
There you go. And did you get a copy of the check?
A copy of it? Did I copy it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I took a copy of it.
I don't know. I took a
saved
bunch
the
of pictures
stub.
of it. And
Okay, you got
a
pictures. Okay.
Save the stub.
Yeah. I'm gonna put that in like a frame with the
Yeah,
once I figure out where to put this thing. I'm afraid to I want to put it up on a wall in a case or something. And I still have 4 kids in the house, and it's
Okay.
It's like romper room here some days. So
Yeah.
I'm worried that a soccer ball is gonna fly across, knock a shelf off, or
Yeah, because I don't think they'll replace that one.
Yeah, no, and it's heavy. It's like 21 or 27 pounds or
It's
something.
pretty durable.
It's made of steel on the back of it, and then ceramic on the front.
Nice.
It's fancy.
Yeah, they're fancy.
Yeah. Wow. I kind of want one of
Big
those.
fish on the top of it, though.
How great would that be if I got one this week?
I would love it, dude.
Awesome. Manifest it.
That's right.
Dude,
Believe it. If
So-
you don't believe it,
you're 6 bites away.
just believe it.
Yeah.
6 bites.
And I know I don't have any where to go because being a co-angler, but I have some techniques down.
Yeah.
So yeah,
They're going to put you on fish. You just got to catch them.
that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So all right. So we're a little over 30 minutes.
Right on.
So is there any other questions for Lindsay and Tom that you guys have? Please ask them now because we're going to let them go and do what they do on a regular basis.
I gotta
I
go
have no
pick
idea.
it up from soccer practice.
Okay.
Exciting stuff.
Oh yeah,
I tried.
I'm an Uber.
Do you charge them?
I should start charging him.
You should.
There, yeah.
What do you think of that?
He says he'll take care of me one day. I think that's pretty.
I don't.
Wow.
I think you should send it to me, or we meet up and let me just look at it. It's hard. It's hard to see in the
see it on
screen.
Yeah, he needs to hold it in his hand.
I can't see that, Tom.
You can't? How's that? It's Labina Lures,
Okay. Yep.
and that's my TPP color, Tom's Perfect Perch.
Okay.
I fish for Labina, some great guys. I wanted to throw that out there because in practice, I did have some smoke in action on a bone-colored one of those. But, you can't throw them in 4-foot waves. But it's a great company also out of the Midwest, owned by a guy named Brian Bolander. We only make topwater at this point. But there's a super secret bait that I'm helping them develop that's going to come out later this year. So you have to stay tuned for that one. But I'll make sure you get one of these, John.
Okay. Cool.
Absolutely.
And let's talk about some of your partners or sponsors.
Kept it really simple. I've shrunk that down because I don't like the obligation to sponsors.
Right.
You switch through so many different baits, but 5150 Plastics.
Okay.
I throw a ton of their baits. That's that craw bait.
Yeah.
I'm pretty religious with them. I don't throw much else. They make enough of different baits that I throw that I don't need to throw other stuff. And then Labina Lures.
Yep.
There's only 2 people I really represent right now. My own brand, PBF, which is Personal Best Fishing.
Okay. Now, you want to talk about that a little bit?
We sat stale with it. We started out as an apparel line.
Okay.
And then we just kind of idled back and sat stale with it because we figured out how hard it is to get into the apparel world.
Yeah.
So now PBF is just the fishing company that we, run the whole tournament stuff through all the expenses
very
through.
cool.
And, but yeah, I'll take back off with PBF once I find a new direction. Apparel wasn't so easy to get into as I found out.
Yeah.
I found out real hard way.
Yeah, especially if you look at like your
We'll send you
Instagram.
a shirt. We have lots of shirts.
Yeah. That I can do. I can get you a shirt sent
All
out.
right, from them off.
There you go.
I'll get you a shirt and a Rico in the mail.
There you go. You're a businessman. Use them as a tax deduction, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how I write that off as a plumber, but we can figure that out.
Hey, just put donated shirts to kids or something.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we have.
We just
There you go.
to
Gray Buck.
Gray.
Yeah.
He's a buddy of mine, and he was doing a youth tournament down his way, so we sent some for the kids.
Nice,
Wow.
nice, excellent. So, all right. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm good, John.
Mm.
All
Thanks
right.
for having us. It was good to see you
Hey.
guys.
Thank you. You
Yeah.
also. Thanks for having your wife on because it made it easier on the eyes,
Yeah, could you
Aw,
imagine
thanks for
having to
having
stare
me.
at this the whole time? It would have been horrible.
dude. And that's why she's here.
It is. It is. I didn't even notice you sitting there.
You know what?
Do this
So
more
what
often.
we're gonna start doing is we're gonna start doing this.
Yeah.
You know, covering me up and
Yeah.
like, all right.
I was going to put a piece of tape over that part of the.
You should, man.
No.
But all right, everybody. Well, thank you guys, Tom and Lindsay, Testa. Congratulations to both of you because I know it's not just Tom's fishing;
Yeah.
Yep.
it's someone else kicking him out the door. So
Couldn't do it
she
without
can have
him.
the house to herself.
I
Yep,
think
that's it.
I think Lindsay wins the wife off though. She's much hotter than me.
Oh,
stop.
you're a beautiful woman.
Well,
Everybody's
thank you.
beautiful.
There you go, Tom. Everybody's beautiful.
That's
There
right.
you go.
Right.
Because I'll say that I'm like, really? You think she's pretty? She goes, yeah, everybody's pretty.
Everybody's
Yeah.
pretty. That's right.
There's a trait in every human being that's beautiful.
Mhm.
Right. And some
Exactly.
are coming and some are leaving.
Yeah. And if you look for it, you can find it. Problem is, the society draws on the negative.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Find a positive. Everybody's got
Yeah.
one.
Yep. And the last comment we have.
It's from my mom. It says, "Good luck with PBF."
Aw.
Thank you, Angela.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Whichever you would prefer.
No, Angie's fine. Angela. She's one of those moms you show up to her door and you're a stranger and she'll feed you. So
Oh,
Awesome.
my
You're
kind of mom.
hungry.
Yeah. And she's not too far from Cuba, by the way.
Yeah. See.
Oh, nice.
But anyways, thank you both very much. I've enjoyed it. You know, I've learned a lot just from talking to people about Tom and some of his techniques and things like that. And Carolina rigging is one of the things I've learned a little bit about. But so
Move it with the reel, not the rod.
what's that?
Move it with the reel, not the rod.
Yep.
That's the whole key to Oneida Carolina baiting, Carolina rigging that people sleep on. Everybody's
And
freaking
Yeah.
putting it across the bottom. Reel it so slow you fall asleep during the cast, and you'll get more bites.
There you go.
Mhm.
And that's what I tried.
That's your valid tip of the day.
There you go.
All right. Well, on that,
Yeah.
we're
On that
going to we're going to let you guys go. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
All right.
Yeah,
You guys have
thank
fun.
you.
Don't work too hard. Enjoy school and everything. So,
Yeah.
You too. Thanks,
all
man.
right.